Hello and welcome to Seismic Cinema. So put your feet up while you watch Point Break and Bad Boys 2, grab the remote and prepare to blow up George Merchant's monstrosity on Norris Avenue. I actually managed to say monstrosity without messing it up.
Grab the remote? That was a pretty tame effort on the second line. You're slipping, son.
I thought it worked quite well.
I expected better. Anyway.
You heard it before we came on.
I know, but I forgot how bad it was. Anyway, we are doing the second film in the Cornetto trilogy, Hot Fuzz, and joining us this week, it is our second Scottish collaboration. It is the wonderful boys from Whit's the Script, Craig and Chris. How are you both doing, guys?
Superb. What about yourselves?
Not too bad. To be fair, Chris, I think this is the first time I've heard somebody ask you how you are and you've not been sick or hurt yourself.
I don't know.
At the start of every episode of yours, it's always like, how you doing, Chris? And he's like, I've hurt my back here, or I tripped and hurt my toe, or I broke something.
Well, see, before we started, I text Craig and says I think I've got COVID. So hey. Give the people what they want.
You got on well with you then, Paul.
How?
The very first line of our
Craig's gone.
The very first line of our first ever podcast was me asking you how your knee was, or how your leg was.
Aye. So me and Chris are cut from the same cloth. That's all right then. The same fragile cloth.
Chris,
it's a good cloth.
I was going to say that this was Chris's moment to plug the podcast, but Craig's back already, so.
Aye. I know this is an opportunity.
Swing it between the two ears.
Sorry, boys.
That's all right. Chris was just ripping the hell out of you.
Aye.
You'll see that in the unedited version.
Good.
Oh. And tomorrow there's no more What's the Script.
The last ever show tonight. But anyway, yeah, do you want to give us a wee kind of rundown of your show and where we can find you?
I ain't bother. You want to do it, Chris? Or?
Oh, you are in, mate. You've got the voice. The hostess for the mostess.
I've got the voice, Jesus. Yes, listen, guys, thanks for having us on. We are Chris and Craig. We're the co-hosts of What's the Script? Pronounced Whit's the Script, as we're doing, obviously. We've been going for just over a year, and we like to dissect some of our favourite films, some of the biggest films, and now and again a wee shanner, just to rib it. But although we do have a kind of honest critique of it, we have a laugh with it as well, you know what I mean? So check us out on all the usual platforms, as it were. Gives a wee like and love in that, no?
Yeah, I definitely highly recommend. I think I seen you guys. I think it was when these daft like Follow Fridays or something, and I think Stu from Stu World Ordered recommended these or something. And I didn't know these were Scottish out, and I checked these out, and I was like, these guys are pretty funny. And then I was like, damn it, they're funnier than us. No, damn it.
Did you not get that from the name?
What? No. Could be censors. I don't know. I was like, these guys can't spell. They're just illiterate podcasters.
I said you'd say a few. I kept saying to you, Paul, that we constantly kept seeing them popping up on our news feed, and I was like, we need to get these guys on. So,
but good quality stuff. I think the first one I listened to was Dodgeball, and like I love Dodgeball. Dodgeball was like one of my favourite movies, and like I was almost pissing myself laughing in the van.
He's lying. He's never mentioned Dodgeball once on a podcast so far.
Hey, I love Dodgeball. Don't you dare ever say that to me. It was on my comedy thing, so you shut your dirty mouth.
Shut your mouth.
It was worth a shot. We're absolutely awful at plugging our own podcast, so we'll do that at the end because I can't be bothered going back now. So
we're not worth it.
Yeah. Don't follow.
These are so worth it.
Don't follow. Don't subscribe.
Put yourself down.
Aye. Bulge yourself up.
But I've got.
This is just like a 1 hour therapy session for us.
I do always feel really good coming out of it, so there's that. Right, so before we get into the film, we always no one probably cares, but me and Paul like to update each other on what we've been watching, although Paul says he's not been watching anything recently, so that doesn't bode very well. But the guests...
Well, actually, I lied. I've got some couple of things I forgot about, but yeah, okay, I mean, sorry.
It's always an obscure film that no one's ever heard of that he watches instead of watching things I've recommended to him, so that's basically how it goes. But the guests always go first, so Craig and Chris, you can fight it out again to see who wants to go first.
Well, I just watched it for a bin. Like, hey!
What's that thing from Sesame Street? Is it Groucho or something? No,
no, I just binge watched Andor. I was
Nice.
getting told for ages to watch it, get it watched. It's a must watch, and then I just watched it in one. Because
What do you think?
It was all right. I enjoyed it. It was. It's more adult, isn't it? Don't pull your faces at me, sir.
Star Wars for grown-ups, and you're only a wee puppy, so that's probably how you're... I want blasters, I want Darth Vader, I want big heavy breathing, I want lightsabers and yon.
Well, look at all the toys behind me. I think it gives it away, doesn't it?
Who's your
Big
favorite?
toys.
Who's your favorite character?
Probably that bit. Is it the big Scottish guy that just bitch slaps somebody with a height stone? See the brick?
Oh, the guy with
Brasso.
Aye,
the drum. Not the drum. The hammer.
Aye, the silent, strong type that just, he's the sort of guy that could eat a packet of crisps while taking a shit. Know what I mean? He's just something to be admired.
I've never heard that analogy before.
But that's how I thought it was the best. I've obviously watched Hot Fuzz, Platoon. I've already watched what's going to be our next episode, Unforgiven. But it was really, and I watched Mandalorian as well. Because I'm going to the Star Wars celebration next weekend, so I had to bone up on all my Star Wars stuff.
Sorry, Paul.
Nice. Yep. me and Colin had plans to go, and then idiot boy here decides to propose and have a wet, get married and all that. And honestly, Alien, I'm so mad at him.
I have to say that as Alien walked in the room.
Alien, I'm so mad at him. Like, he ruined it for us.
I was in London and then it didn't go.
Oh.
What's her name? Alien?
I couldn't... Alien. Not Alien.
You got a grip of that boy. You let him go. Let him out. Let him out. I hear you say.
What's that got to do with me?
Because I couldn't afford to go because of the wedding.
Why? Is he telling us to propose?
Oh.
You want to shake yourself with his face. Right.
I'm in trouble now, Paul. Thanks. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it the stag do now. I'm grounded.
Oh.
See if you're in trouble, can we go to Star Wars Celebration?
I did really want to go, but we can live through Chris. We could do a podcast afterwards. He can tell us all about his experience.
I know.
Well, I'm hoping to bag a Wookiee and an Ewok. That's all I'll say.
But woke up with us, mate.
Could be a Jawa.
They have a cave troll.
Anything else, Chris? Oh no, you actually gave quite a list, so I think that's your short. Your short done.
Well, that's you cut off, Chris. Eh?
I'm just jealous that he's going to celebration and we're not.
Oh, there's the dog's woken up.
Just on cue. What about you, Craig? What have you been checking out recently? Films, TV, etc.
I've obviously been keeping up to tabs with Mandalorian, which we're over halfway by now, and I'm a bit, what's happened to it? But we'll leave that for another day.
Last night's was good, though, eh?
I finished Last of Us, which is going to take some beating for television series for a long time. Like Chris, I've watched Platoon, watched Hot Fuzz. I've got Unforgiven there, I'll watch that. And there's a new thing started on Paramount Plus that I'm going to check out. It's a new Keith Sutherland, and it looks kind of like 24. And I want to say it is...
Was that the Rabbit Hole?
Rabbit Hole.
Yeah, I seen that advertised in John Wick on the trailers.
Did you? I never.
It was on.
Aye.
Must have
I
been
seen it advertised
one of
there
the
and all.
10-second gaps I fell asleep.
Oh, it was a big. I think it was in the Odeon or something. It was like it was just like in the trailers. It was like it would be a trailer, like half a trailer, and then the rabbit hole bit would flick in, and then it'd be like the second half of the trailer, and then it would keep interrupting the trailer. So it was like it seems interesting, but I don't know if I watch it.
Right. So, Keith Sutherland, out of breath, running about, just that's good in it. You know what I mean?
And Charles Dance, the legend.
He's brilliant, man. Brilliant.
He's brilliant in everything he does, so it should be pretty decent.
He'll always be a Lannister.
Oh yes, good old Tywin.
Paul, what's your screen name all about? PKR.
It was just a homage to everybody in the village ends in ER, except Butterman.
And adding a arson.
Was that noticed the joke? Or was that a person?
No, he's a wee ginger boy at the end.
Was it? Well, that makes my name stupid then, sorry.
Up in the model village.
I just thought it was
It's like PKR, like Hatcher, like Roper, Blower, More.
I thought you forgot the first bit and it was PK Blinder.
Backfired on you. So, Paul, apart from going to John Wick without me, what else have you been watching?
Just say John Wick 4 was amazing and you should go watch it. And I'm gutted you didn't go, but hey ho. I've not seen Bad Batch yet, the most recent episode. I've not seen the latest Mando yet. I'm a bit behind. Watched Hot Fuzz kind of half there. But yeah, not really been watching much. I'm hitting the gym this week because there's a staff challenge on that was meant to run through the whole of March, and I only started doing it the last week. So I'm a bit behind, so I've been trying to catch up. So that's all I've been watching this week, really. How about you?
You're going to ask me. So yeah, I was prepared. I watched Hot Fuzz at the weekend. I kind of didn't need to, but I liked the excuse to, and it kind of kept it fresh in my mind as well. What else? I finished the Traitors US, which I had a great time with, and I started watching the UK one, but I kind of gave up. Not because I wasn't enjoying it. I wanted a change of pace. I've started watching another iPlayer show, Inside Number 9, which is kind of like Black Mirror vibes, like kind of dark comedy. And that's quite good. I've watched the first 4 of that. Have any of you watched it before?
No, mate.
I think so.
Quite enjoying it. And have I watched anything else? I watched John Wick 2 and 3 when I was going to go see 4, and I didn't make it to 4. Thank you, dog. And I just got my fiance's wee went into Pokemon today, so I was watching the first episode of the original Pokemon series, which is quite
You and your
cool.
fiancé were what?
What's that? My
Sorry, you and
fiance.
your fiancé were doing
No, I can't
Pokemon.
concentrate with that screeching of the dog, man.
Oh, I thought 2 seconds. I'll mute myself and you can talk about that again.
No.
I seen recently that is it Ash and Pikachu's last episode
Aye.
was this week or something.
I know.
Couldn't believe it.
The whole series is on Netflix, so my stepson, my fiance's boy, I got him watching it today. He was quite enjoying it. He thought Pikachu was quite funny. So we're just talking about the fact I was getting exactly into Pokemon.
Oh, right, okay, that's good. I've been we've been looking after my girlfriend's best pal's wee, and then she watches like Pokemon after school, and it's like this new, like, I don't know what it is. It's like Masters League or something, and I can't. I'm watching it like, what is this all about? Like the old stuff used to be well good, and then this stuff's terrible. Like a person called like Go, and I'm like, wee whiny person. I'm like, they don't know. They don't know.
I thought it was a good idea. We should review the Pokemon the movie, the one with Mewtwo in it.
Nah, I don't have the emotional stability for that.
Anyway, before we lose our non-existent viewers, let's get right at let's bring the noise. Will said I should say. So
Oh yeah.
right, we thought it'd be quite nice. Craig's apparently got a good story here. I've got a story. It's not particularly good, but just in terms of how we got into not just Hot Fuzz, but Peg, Frost, Edgar Wright, their movies and shows in general. Just a kind of backstory, what we've seen, what we haven't seen. So, Craig, I'm
Cool.
going to.
Colin, do you not have a good Simon Pegg story?
No,
What?
I've got autographs from Simon Pegg, who's my close personal friend.
Superb, mate. Brilliant. You never even told me when I was at them last week, you know.
I'll show you.
Brilliant, mate. That's good.
Oh, did anybody catch that bus that Colin got through under there?
No shame. No shame.
It's only going to get worse this week as Saturday approaches. So, anyway, Craig, your story about Hot Fuzz, Simon Pegg.
It's not really a story as much. I just remember the day I got the Hot Fuzz. I used to work in a pub in Glasgow, which will remain nameless. And these visitors from another country used to come in every Friday, Saturday and want to sell DVDs. But I would always say, no, you're not getting in. No selling the DVDs, right? And they're like, oh, please, right? So I says, right, give me 5 DVDs and you can go about your business. So I get 5 DVDs every week, and one of them was Hot Fuzz. And I remembered watching Shaun of the Dead and thinking, that was pretty good, man, it was decent, I enjoyed that. But the first time I watched Hot Fuzz, I thought it was horrendous, man. I did. But you're talking about before it was even out on DVD. It was like a burnt copy with grainy and all that. I just probably wasn't into it. And that's the first time I ever saw it. And I was just about telling everybody, don't go and see that. What a shite. What a shite. No, Simon, he's good, but no, this. No. Oh, how I was wrong.
I'm glad you've changed your tune anyway.
Oh, I am right into cornetos and everything now. Oh,
Oh, we should have coordinated cornetos for this. That's a missed opportunity. Can we
that's
put
time of night. My age. I shat the bed, man.
Hey, we don't make enough revenue to buy cornetos. It's like Morrison Sabres.
Paul, can you put them in the post-production?
No.
Okay.
Whatever stand like this.
See what we could do? We could each go out and buy a different colour cornetto, and then we could send a picture to Paul, and he could put it all together.
That's just far too much effort, and I'm not. I do not condone that.
Oh, well. It's worth a shot. Anyway, so Craig doesn't like the film. Chris, what was your introduction to Hot Fuzz and Peg Frost? Right?
Well, me and my brother were obsessed with Resident Evil games. So, see anything that had zombies in it, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, the whole thing. As soon as we seen Shaun of the Dead, had never seen Spaced or anything, and like, watched it with virgin eyes, know what I mean? And you're just taken with the writing and you see the madness of it. Then obviously Hot Fuzz came about, and I think it was just it's my favourite out of the 3 anyway. You know what I mean? Because I think after Shaun of the Dead, they get free reign to do whatever they wanted. You know what I mean? So I think it was just brilliant. But it was Shaun of the Dead that sealed it. You know what I mean? Because it was just the first time like, a zombie apocalypse has been done like that. You know? So
did they not describe it as a zom rom-com?
Aye.
Or something,
You know what I mean?
something like that.
But because it just had zombies, you know what I mean? We were just Resident Evil in the heat. So it was just, that's zombies. We get to watch zombies eating people. And it just turned out hilarious.
Is that not what Sean's playing in Shaun of the Dead?
I think so. It's saying something like Enter Player 2 and stuff, and I think that used to be Resident Evil 2, maybe.
Yeah.
But
cool.
No, it was actually one of the trivia questions was the game they were playing, which I can't remember, didn't have 2 players in it. So that was one of the big gaffes, if you will. And all the gamers kind of wrote in. as you used to do back in the day, write with a pen and that, you know what I mean? Wrote in and says, "Oh, that's wrong, that game doesn't have 2 players, that's shocking." A lot of crap.
Was it not Time Splitters or
I like
something?
what you mean. Colin he was a zombie, wasn't he? He was just going about his day to day, just like everybody, wasn't it?
Yes. I'm gonna.
And if you want to hear more about Shaun of the Dead, you should check out What's the Script's episode on it, which is an absolute belter, by the way.
I was listening to like a couple of mornings ago while I was getting ready for work, so that was my introduction to the day.
And did you rate and review it, Colin?
Not yet, but I will.
Oh, dirty.
Oh, you dirty bitch!
Oh, my hair!
I did listen. I actually watched it and listened to it. So I watched Dave, or my other pal Michael's really into all these films as well. But World's End came out when we were like 21, 22, and I went to see it, and then I was watching it. I was like, it was a Friday night, and I was like Saturday night. I went to all the. There's not that many, but we managed to make 12. Went to 12 different pubs in Dunoon. And we had a drink in each pub, and I wore a white shirt, red tie, and my pal Michael wore like the Gary King black coat sort of thing. Paul wasn't there, I don't know why. Didn't invite him clearly, but
Wasn't invited.
it was a good laugh. I've got really fond memories of the World's End because we actually went out and did it as well. And Paul's good as well, not that Paul, but the one with the alien. I know it's not the Cornetto trilogy, and Run Fat Boy Run's amazing as well. Sorry, I'll stop now. But
I know there was 12 pubs in Dunoon. Well done. Brilliant.
Oh, it's spread about a couple of villages. It's not just Dunoon.
There isn't 12 now, but there probably was at that point. So
Aye, they're all charity shops now.
right, this is our record, but I reckon 26 minutes in we should get doing the deep dive. We've got no idea.
Hey, I never got to tell my story because I was away chasing the dogs.
Oh, right, well, on you go then.
Aye, so I used to work at Summerfield, and when I seen it, they were at Summerfield, and it was great. That's my story.
Our dimensions-
And I can confirm we did have bulletproof butcher's counters.
Is that a fact?
No. I never tried it. To be fair, we never had shotguns and just fired randomly at the butcher's counters.
Oh, probably had them in Glasgow.
But to be fair, I did hit them with a couple of trolleys and they did scratch, so I don't think they're bulletproof.
Paul, if you've been listening, I was talking about Summerfield already.
Oh, right, okay. Best uniforms ever. I wish my boss was Simon Skinner.
Summerfield story per podcast.
The Tales of Summerfield.
Oh,
those are the days.
Will we get into my all-time favourite movie now that I've actually seen?
What's that?
I've actually seen this film, so.
oh dear.
Right, who wants to start gushing about how great this film is and how much they love it?
I didn't really like it.
They're fighting words.
He actually did. He's only joking.
Just jokes.
I'll go, right. I'll say, right. Although I said I didn't like it when I first seen it, obviously I wasn't in the right frame of fucking mind that day, you know what I'm saying? But since it's excellent. In fact, watching it back yesterday and then the rest of it this morning, I forgot so much of it. It's just so funny. Again, you can pick your favourite scenes. I know Chris has picked his, but I've got a big affinity for Doris. I think her pattern's brilliant. And obviously the fence jumping scene recreated for Shaun of the Dead a different way, man. It's just when he does a somersault right at the end, obviously that's a trampoline. Then Big Nick Frost just falls through the first fence, goes and then goes out the second fence like I would, like a big fat person. Brilliant, man.
It's just the noises it makes, isn't it? It's just like that second fence just goes. It's just as it's going over.
That's what sells it. Just for
One of my favourite scenes is the
one.
one. You were cooked in the pools.
It's such a quotable movie, though, isn't it? Like anytime I see a swan, I'm just like, no, coach name Swan's in.
Just the one swan, actually.
Oh, aye.
One of my favourite scenes is when he's apprehending the shoplifter. It's like, it's Auntie's sister's Jackie's brother's boy. I'm not made of eyes, am I? That scene never fails to make me laugh when he throws the spray can and it just plonks him in the head from a distance.
Aye. It's just pure genius, but isn't it? It's like chasing somebody in this wee village. Of course, you're going to know who he's related to. Know what I mean?
That's basically where we live. Like we could have done that one as well.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Burniston?
Oh, hi.
do you remember that sketch where he had like the gingy bottle and he threw it and it caught the guy, and then there's like a big there's a movie and all that from him throwing this, and he's like star and fame, and then he's just like, and then was it just a dream or something? He didn't actually do it. He threw it and just missed or something.
He goes to throw it. He opens it air himself. Oh.
And I was just like, that just reminds me of that all the time.
Some cast lists, though, just in terms of the talent, like even you're talking about Doris earlier, like she's went on to be the queen recently in The Crown. So just even just see the first scene where he's getting moved job. You've got Bill Nye, you've got Martin Freeman, and just they're such minor roles.
Steve Coogan,
I forgot his name. That's why I stopped.
Peter Jackson is Santa as well.
Yeah, we mentioned that last week, didn't we, when we were doing our director ranking?
Oh yeah. Kate Blanchett was Janice. Janine.
But it's just people that went on to like see like Rafe Spall, who plays one of the Andes. Like he's a big actor in Black Mirror and things like that, and future King of Westeros as well.
Jim Broadbent as well. Jim Broadbent, everything he's done is brilliant. Even like he's been in Gangs of New York, he's in Paddington. Everything he's in is just superb. You'll get your just desserts.
Can't believe you mentioned Paddington.
That's right. Ho. Do not, in my presence, diss Paddington Bear. The two films are awesome.
You get David Bradley as well, from Game of Thrones and Harry Potter. He's good as well.
Yeah. Oh, see the Doctor. Is it Dr. Thatcher or something?
Have
you seen The Rock?
Aye.
He's the general in The Rock. I didn't realise that until I was looking up something. I was like, oh, it says he's in Hot Fuzz, and I was like, who is he? And he's like the Doctor. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
The suspects, man. Even the priest, see the guy who plays it. Priest, he's Belloc. He's the baddie in Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know what I mean?
Oh, so he is. I never realised that until then.
And Lurch is the Hound from Game of Thrones.
Yarp.
Right.
Scotsman as well.
I actually see for quite a spell. See, I went to Greece in 2012 and I bought a Japanese peace lily on my return, and it's still alive. It's at my parents' house now because my cat started eating it. But anytime people would come over, I'd be like, yeah, oxygenates the room, helps you think, relieves stress.
There's everybody else buying police uniforms and figures and DVDs. Get a fucking plant, mate.
I actually miss it. I'll need to say hello next time I'm up at my parents.
I miss it. Poison ivy there.
It gets so emotional every time he leaves. Maybe need to branch out and get another one.
I'm actually amazed by how long it's lived, though. I didn't realise it's lived that long.
Hey, we just need to stick to the movie, alright?
Oh, stick.
That's what happens in it. It's always tangents. Just
anyway, Hot Fuzz. Right, let's just go to one of the core questions. I've made my peace with it because the last half hour is amazing, but I remember the first time I watching it being a wee bit disappointed that it wasn't a big conspiracy and it was just the daft reasons why they murdered everybody. Like, because I mentioned I love murder mystery, I kind of at the time was hoping it was this big. I know that was the joke that it wasn't, but what did you guys make of the kind of twist that it was just simple reasons like not being able to spell?
Oh, superb, because it just epitomizes British humour. You know what I mean? That if you come across these people in life, they want a wee perfect garden and all that, and you put your ball into their back garden, and it's just end of the world stuff. So the fact that this group of people would go as far as to start killing people for the stupidest, minute things is just
Appalling.
brilliant. It's just superb. You know what I mean?
Talking about the Village of the Year, I can't remember. I think it's Edgar Wright. See the show that we seen where there's 3 people. The judges have arrived. I think it's Edgar Wright's. It's either Simon Pegg or Edgar Wright's mum's one of the judges. I can't remember which one it is.
I think it's both of them.
Is it both of them?
I
That
think
makes
so.
sense. That makes sense.
Was that the thick one?
You should know, is your pal.
We're just pen friends.
Oh, if only everyone knew.
Pens are his bloody weapon at the start.
Oh.
Pens running out. That's okay. Brilliant.
I do find that I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I do quote this film probably on a daily basis without even noticing.
Yeah. I say supermarché quite a lot, which is quite disgusting. I live around the corner from the supermarché.
I was singing the song from Hot Fuzz the other day when I was getting ready for work, and Alien was like, "What are you singing?" It's the one where it's like, "Out in the country," you know, when they're out just he's like running.
Oh,
Can you please sing a wee bit more of that, please?
No,
I can't
I
say
was like,
I quote this film. I quote about another million films on a daily basis, but
I'm
this
shy
isn't
now.
one of them. But
Aye.
Should we have a wee competition so you can do the best Gloucestershire accent? My money's kind of on Craig, but you know, I never know. Carl might pull one at the bag.
Can you give me a specific scene to go for?
I don't know. Let's go for the greater good.
right, Andrew, start. It's your competition.
Yeah. The greater good. Nah, kidding. That was my Irish.
Not even
that was my
offended the dog. Get him out, Sharon! Get him out!
Disconnect.
Oh.
The greater good. Right, Colin, your turn.
Nice.
I'm just going top tile.
Which character am I going for?
Hag.
Fascist. Sorry, wrong scene. I'll just go for that as my quote then.
Oh, bloody hell. Right, Craig, your turn.
Well, I'm not going to paraphrase off a scene because I can't think any off that. But what I'll do is I'll just talk like that, will I? And I'll say, "Hello there, Colin. Hello there, Paul. Oh, and there's my big friend Chris there. God rest him."
I think Craig wins.
Oh, you don't let her crush it. Hey, come on.
No, trust me, he'll win. I'd end up getting some Irish, Australian, Jamaican accent.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm all for it.
Oh, what was saying? We don't like your kind round our way, don't we?
That was pretty good.
There we
Everyone's
are.
fucking around here.
I thought
Farmers,
somebody would just.
farmers' mums.
Oh.
Mate.
We're better at doing the Southern American one, didn't we? You got pretty scheme, boy.
Squeal like a
Get in your
pig.
nest and be like.
We should see how much of a scene we can quote without forgetting the line.
Oh no, I can't remember stuff like that.
And that's a good lead in actually to, because one of the lines I quoted by accident was one of my favourite things about the Cornetto films is the foreshadowing and then the big payoffs, like the one about the farmers and the farmers' mums, and then at the end of the film there's the farmer and then his mum. That's one of the best parts of the film when he kicks her in the face. So
Aye.
Brilliant.
Comes full
Just
circle,
shouts,
doesn't it?
"Mother!"
And there's one I noticed tonight. It was like talking about. I think it was one of the Andes was saying to Simon Pegg, was like, "Oh, I bet you can't wait to jump in Sergeant Popwell's grave." And then later on, he like falls on top of his body at the castle. I was like, I never noticed that before.
I remember being hit by how brutal that was. Like, obviously, I've seen it so many times, but the sheer amount of bodies under that ground, like all the kids from that get chucked out of the pub, Sea Mine Man,
Crusty jugglers.
the 11
That was the best. That was the best dead body, the gold guy. You're like, is he dead? Is he pretending? Do you know what I mean? His eyes are wide open. But it's good, man.
Here he is at 11 o'clock. Here he is at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
We don't come down hard on them clowns. We'll be up to our necks in jugglers.
Balls and jugglers. Come on, son.
I failed at the first hurdle. Hurdle? There you go. Favourite death? Paul.
It's got to be the reporter. Oh, sorry.
Craig.
Oh, no. On you go, Craig. Reporter.
Anyway.
But why, Craig?
And the guy, reporter, getting now plugged with a bloody bit of castle stuck on him. I mean, that was great. That was good.
That was some shot, though, wasn't it? It's like he calculated that. He was good at trigonometry.
He'd have been brilliant Krypton factor, man. Honestly.
This does link in well with a previous podcast we've done recently, because I think the multiple murderers is a wee bit Scream-esque. Also,
I don't know. I've not seen a new one, so don't allude to that. If that is.
No, just generally the original Scream.
All right, okay.
I was kind of thinking that because the big black robe, you know what I mean, running about, makes you think who's the killer, and it turns out there's multiple killers.
Except these village folk are a bit more proficient than Ghostface.
Aye. Oh, you've not seen the last one yet, no?
No, not yet. No.
Oh, I tell you what, my chances of surviving a stabbing have greatly increased since watching that film.
Even I've seen it.
Aye, all right.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. But Chris is right, because you know yourself, calling it towards the last half hour, people are just getting stabbed left, right, and centre. Hey, you know what I mean? Still here.
Oh, close your ears.
But you know what it's about, you know what I mean? So I love this film.
What about you, Chris? What was your favourite death?
Oh, the actor and his mistress at the start. So the head's cut off.
Oh, aye. Martin Blower.
Aye, just see obviously the scene afterwards, how they've planted it like a crash, and just these severed heads in the middle of the road.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? Because I see, although this is a comedy film, see obviously when he's getting the two people are getting hacked up with an axe, it's quite graphic. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
no.
It toes that line of horror and comedy really well. Like you do take it seriously despite the absurd nature of it as well.
Yeah. What rating is it? Is it a 15? 18? It's a 15, isn't it?
15, I would guess.
Yeah.
back in the day when 15-year-olds were men.
See, I was a 16-year-old in Summerfield. I was a bit more of a man.
Oh, a charming man, I bet, don't you?
No, I think there's a wee wido in the checkouts.
You're a good wee boy. It's only in recent years you've went that route.
Shut the hell up.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
What about you, Colin? What was your favourite death? You say it was the Tim Messenger.
I think in terms of like kind of gore, it'd be that, but I quite like the George Merchant one with the bacon and beans, and it's one of the best. Well, that whole scene's got two of the best transitions ever. Like the one we mentioned in the intro when he presses the remote and the house blows up. But there was the other one where George Merchant gets bonked. I don't know why I had to hit myself in the head, but he gets bonked in the head, and then they sit down on the couch to watch the film.
Aye, I was good how they kind of split it between like both pairs of the acts in it.
Aye.
It's just I like that after each death, like somebody just says something like he'll be in bits in the morning, or like I'm just about to pop off actually, and things like that.
Oh,
The
Comes
explosion was good, wasn't it? The explosion was well done. I thought.
Simon was telling me exactly how they did it the other day,
All right, cool.
but that's for the Patreon viewers. We don't have.
sealed it with a kiss.
Aye, she was like this.
Jealousy's not a nice
No.
thing.
Chris, your screen's froze, Zach.
I was going to say it's been frozen for a while.
I wonder why he was just sitting so eagerly watching.
Oh, I'm lost in your eyes.
It's just sitting like that.
I think my favourite death was Leslie Tiller when she gets like the shears through the neck, because everybody's like, so you're telling me it wasn't an accident? And it's like,
What are you suggesting?
It's good because it's the first time he loses his rag into it back at the station, and he's just swearing like a trooper and all that.
Oh, the scene with
Nobody's believing him.
the scene with the swear jar is brilliant.
Don't worry, I'm still here, lads.
I know.
I just
I think,
thought I would leave you at my best.
I think the NWA approached him.
the NWA have been tampering with the screen.
Do you think it's ironic, Paul, that I'm not that into action movies, but this is what I would probably class as my favourite movie of all time?
Yeah, that's a bit weird. You're a bit weird when it comes to these things. But,
I think it
you know,
more is
we love
just
you for it.
it's the mystery, and I've always loved the kind of foreshadowing, but also the quick cuts that Edgar Wright does. Like, it was my first Edgar Wright film I'd seen, so it was just like, I think it was something that it's probably the movie that led to me having a more than passing interest in films, I would say, rather than just watching them, like actually thinking about how they're made and things like that. So quite deep.
So
It was
did
this film
Edgar
that-
Wright have a hand in, like, because forgive me for my knowledge of Edgar Wright here, but did he have a hand in doing Paul and Run Fat Boy Run? Or was it just Simon Pegg?
David Schwimmer from Friends, he directed Run Fat Boy Run. Paul, I'm not.
Ross?
Ross Geller, I don't know who directed Paul. It wasn't Edgar Wright, because he's only directed. We were talking about it last week, Paul. The Cornetto trilogy, Space, Last Night in Soho,
Scott Pilgrim.
and the film you like, Baby Driver.
Baby Driver, yeah.
I think that's all.
And he's a writer for Ant-Man.
Yes.
Ant-Man as well, that's right, aye.
And if anyone would like to see the other directors, we'd like to see our previous works. Somewhere over there.
That's all our director's episode was just us calling back to other episodes
I'd
that
love
they've
to-
viewed.
I'd love to be that far advanced that I could
It was
point
good listen, man.
here.
Really enjoyed it.
I'd love to be able to just point up here and there's an episode magically there, but we're not quite at that level yet. So
I can make it work. Maybe.
So what?
Once I edit out the 5 minutes of dogs barking, it's that.
So what other clever or wee subtle aspects of the film, or wee lines or callbacks did you enjoy?
Really like the scene where they're trying to interpret what the farmer's saying, and it takes 3 people to do it. And then I don't know if you have watched Jeremy Clarkson's Farm.
I've heard of
I
it.
haven't.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There's a wee guy in that talks exactly like that farmer, and it's just
Gerard. Gerard.
see just the thought that there's a farmer out there that nobody understands, and he's got a huge arsenal of weapons in a barn. It's just absolutely brilliant.
What did you make of do you know how like Simon Skinner falls in the model village and he trips, but then he comes back and then he falls and then he gets it through the chin. What did you make of the kind of guy that watches the cameras coming back at the end? Did you feel that was a bit overkill, or did you like that? Do you know, it's one of those things where like when the movie just never, it's reached its resolution, but it keeps going. Did you like that wee guy popping up, or did you think it was unnecessary?
What wee guy? I'm not too sure.
You know the wee guy that sits and watches all the security cameras? The guy that was talking about the...
Oh,
right,
Edward Woodward, the
he,
Equaliser.
he appears at the end, yeah.
No, well, he had to come back. He was the only one of the faction. And see, by the time you get to that bit in the film, you'd kind of forgot about him.
Yeah.
And you thought everybody had been dealt with, arrested or killed or whatever, and then he just appeared and you're like, shit, it's not over. Because they're in the police station, aren't they, and they're all having a wee laugh, and then he just appears again.
Because they're talking about the new guidelines, like we're not allowed to, what is it, like...
we're not allowed to say manpower.
Yeah, we're not, yeah.
But if
You like a bit of manpower, don't you, Doris? Cheeky bastard.
But as well, no, we've all just watched Scream, so there's always time for one last scare.
Very true.
Paul, close your ears.
I've seen the first 5. Instead of a headshot, it's a sea mine.
One of my favourite lines is the one about the Andes. He's like, because talking to him's an uphill struggle, isn't it, Dad? Then they throw the bin at him.
Fuck off.
It's Paul's first ever bad word on the channel.
Oh!
Yes, sir, Jordan.
Paddy Constantine's one of my favourite actors, man. So I like him.
I hadn't really seen him in much apart from this House of the Dragon, and I think they had like a wee kind of cameo in one of the Bourne films as well, as like a reporter or something like that.
He's in World's End, Paul. He's part of the crew.
Man,
I've only
Shoes,
seen
mate,
that
one of the
once.
best British films ever.
What's it called?
You ever seen that? Dead Man's Shoes?
I'm gonna
Brilliant.
plead the calling and say no, I've not seen it.
Paul, I'm catching up on you here. You've not even seen Scream 6 or Rebels. By the way, your lack of Rebels knowledge is going to hold you back at some point this week, I tell you.
Does that mean I should watch it before I watch Mandalorian?
It will hold you back.
Wow.
Have you seen Rebels, Chris?
I actually started watching it and then fell away from it.
See, there we go.
Worth persevering with. It's got a lot of great arcs with some great characters. So.
Well, I know I see one of the characters that popped up in Mandalorian this week.
Paul's not seen it.
I'm not going to say, but he doesn't know what's going on.
Just generally doesn't know what's going on.
Oh no, I've started making connections now. Does that mean it's Sabine?
No. It's not Sabine. That would be Sabine's the Mandalorian character out of Rebels. That would be the obvious choice, but it isn't.
Colin, he's not seen it.
What?
Colin, stop ruining it for me. You could just said aye, and I'd have been surprised that it wasn't.
I didn't tell you who it was. I just said it wasn't Sabine.
No, it's not Sabine. I'm disappointed.
That's on you. That's on you. Anyway, we've went off on a severe tangent there. I don't know where we ended up. The Rebels rabbit hole, I call it.
Go down it every week.
Hey!
Don't mind it.
It's just, it started off great. See Rebels Series 1, it started off great with a link into Order 66 and all that. And then it just became a squad of babysitters. Do you know what I mean? And then every week it started with, right, you stay in the ship, don't move. But she did move, and then they end up rescuing her again, and then they go to somewhere else and date her again next week. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Anyways.
I think you've mixed up your shows a bit there.
No, you're talking about Bad Batch.
He was talking about Bad Batch, we're talking about Rebels.
Oh, shite, aye, sorry. Same shit, different. Yeah, you know what I mean?
But to be fair, Craig, I totally agree with you in Bad Batch. Like, season 1 was just totally, stay there. No, I will not. I'll get into some misadventure, and then they'll need to come save me. And then it was just that.
And every week learns a different wee skill. You know what I mean? Oh, well done, kid. Let's go.
Season 2's been half filler, but half actually really good episodes. I've actually enjoyed like 50% of it a lot.
Hey, you save that for the review.
Sorry. Where did Chris go?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, hello.
He was just like his frozen face.
If you want to see more, you can purchase it at What's the Script Twitter page. Oh,
You're a pulsating circle, my friend.
Right, we should probably get out of that Rebels rabbit hole and dial back to Hot Fuzz. So,
Jesus.
anything else
Check
we
him
want
out.
to highlight?
Having
We're
a
going on
pyro
now.
party, man.
Oh wait, I thought that was a ceiling, but it's just you in the background.
aye, I don't know what's happened to this camera. It's switched me.
New pyro,
Oh.
new party.
Betrayed by my own butler.
And if you want to get
Also,
Chris a new camera, you know, there's, I think, well, you've got like a new subscription service, don't you? Like, was it with Tone Media as well? Use boys, he's got like a
Aye,
kind of sponsorship program kind of thing.
aye, Tone Media.
We've just put it out there for people if they want to, if they want a shout out, if they want an advertisement, if they want to sponsor a show, and it's basically Wally's. Do you know what I mean? It's no expensive at all. My good pal Tim, he runs Tone Media. He's been sponsoring us for the last 4, and he's fronted up again for the next 4 episodes again, which we really appreciate. But I put a post on Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram. See all these bloody platforms, man. Instagram today, it says join the team, and I tagged Tennants, Tunnocks, Iron Brew, Mackie's Ice Cream, Bank of Scotland, all these Scottish businesses. I got a like off Mackie's Ice Cream. Do you know what I mean?
you need somehow Chris returned.
Aye. I'm a techno wizard there. But
It's good to have you back.
so, who's your favourite character in Hot Fuzz?
Ooh.
Oh, there you go. Who's your favourite and who's your least favourite?
Okay. Could we take a 5-minute break and come back?
No, what you do? Pause your camera and people think you're on the air.
All right. Favorite.
Has anyone got one they want to go first?
I'll just say mine's Paddy Considine's character.
I like. On you go, mate.
Aye. Paddy Considine's character. I think he's just brilliant. See the way with the shades and the moustache. He's just your typical like movie cop, know what I mean? Cooler and anything, know what I mean? It's just brilliant. And least favourite, I would probably say the thespian actor. I can't remember his name. Aye. Frank Gallagher, because that's who I remember him as. Know what I mean?
Is it because he murdered Bill Shakespeare?
Hey! He done the thing! He done the thing! But that's my favourite and my least favourite.
Because he is like a thespian in real life, not like in real life, but like that Frank Gallagher thing was like way out of his kind of skill set, wasn't it? But he plays it well, but he is a bit annoying in this film.
I'm really struggling. Oh no, I know mine.
All right.
We'll
James
go
Bond.
well.
James Bond himself.
Oh,
Catch me later. My price is a criminal. That guy.
yeah.
Simon Skinner. He runs this local supermarché.
Who's your least favourite?
My least favorite would
That's good, man.
be. Come back to me.
Oh, god damn it. Craig, what about yourself?
I've got a liking for Doris. I just think her wee one-liners are excellent. But especially because they knew she would be pilloried for playing a woman that way, you know what I mean? So I like all that shit. My least favourite is that wee boot in Summerfield on your tannoy that Doris leathers with a wet floor sign.
Manager's office, Sergeant Angel.
Oh.
Pointless.
I can't think of somebody I don't like. Tim Messenger's hoi hoi is a bit annoying, I suppose, at times. Hoi hoi.
Ahoy, hoy.
I'll put him for now.
Wave your hitting stick.
Wave your eating stick about.
Maybe yourself, Paul. Who's yours?
It's weird that nobody said like Simon Pegg or Nick Frost is a favourite, isn't it?
Obvious.
I do love Danny Butterman. Yeah.
But I do like Simon Skinner. I think just the way he introduces himself, and then the whole like everything he says has got like an undertone to it's alluding to something that's been happening in the village.
Aye.
And
Character, man.
Huge travels fast.
least favourite, I don't know. I'd probably say the wee NWA guy. I think he was just annoying. The wee camera guy. I don't know. But there wasn't really anyone I said like they or like a bad actor or like had a bad performance or like they were just not a likable character. I just didn't really think he was just annoying more than anything.
Aye.
Like too overly playing that stereotype of
Peter
a
Parker.
watcher. A watcher.
He's a doctor. He can deal with it. One of the best scenes we've forgotten about, which is quoted all the time, is somebody asks what your birthday is, 22nd of February.
Aye.
And there's the wee
What
kid,
year? Every year.
and then there's the wee boy with the braces. It's like Harry Potter off Wish.
Aye. It says that was your out.
I actually remembered a really good bit of foreshadowing. Remember when he goes into the pub and it's like, you're going to arrest the whole village, and then later in the film, he arrests the whole, and they say it again, I'm pretty sure. He's like, not exactly.
Yeah, the dialogue in this film is just like crazy good. Like everything links to something. Like I don't think there's any wasted lines. Like something is always leading to something else, which like you don't see a lot of movies. Like a lot of movies now is just empty dialogue, just filling space, and it doesn't mean anything. And lead like a lot of stuff, like say the new Star Wars movies, the sequel trilogies. Like a lot of that stuff just leads nowhere. Like stuff that's said and just means nothing. Whereas this, every single thing means something.
No one's ever really gone, Paul.
They're going to come for you, Paul.
We'll see the in-between scenes, fast-paced montage. You know what I mean? That keeps the kind of tension as if this is a thriller. This is keep watching. It's they love a door handle, didn't they? Every 2 seconds, man. Brilliant.
There's one line that's a good throwaway one. See when he's sitting on the train with his amazing peace lily. It's that dead dark mood. It's raining. I love any film that's raining. I love it. It just makes you feel so cozy. Anyway, there's a scene and it's like you're hearing like phone calls and different things. It's like one more thing about your cottage. It's not ready, and then he moves into it at the end of the film. You know when he's coming out the wee cottage when he goes to visit the grave. I thought that was quite good because it linked those two bits together.
Aye. And he's upgraded to a Subaru Impreza for a fucking Vauxhall Astra. You know what I mean? Brilliant.
It's nice that he stayed on.
Aye.
Did they not mention the model village as well earlier in the film?
Aye, that was
Paddy.
That was it old Paddy Considine that said that? If you want to be the big cop in the village, why don't you go to the midi village? I was like, see, brilliant, man.
That was quite nostalgic to me when I used to go on like holidays to England with my parents when I was a kid. Like we used to go to like the model villages sometimes in some of the places we went.
Colin, you're killing the coolness of this place, man. Like peace lilies and
Blackpool.
model villages and.
Have you ever been to a model village, Paul? At least
No,
I didn't
don't want to.
At least I didn't trip over a Summerfield lorry and get a spire for my chin.
I'm actually surprised you didn't.
Actually, you'll hate me then. Colin, you'll hate me because I've been to a model village in the rain. I love the rain, mate. Oh, very good.
It was so peaceful. He was watering his peace lily.
You guys make me feel too comfortable. I'm just opening up a bit the fact I like listening to the rain. I like listening to the rain at night.
Clay's on, son. Keep your Clay's on. You're all right. What do you think about this film? It was reportedly a budget of 8 million and it made back 80. So can't grumble over that, you know what I mean? 10 times the budget.
I wish I'd seen it in cinema, but I've seen it at the bargain bin.
There's a lot of Americans. A lot of love for America for this film as well, I've noticed online. Twitter.
Aye. We found that as well. Like a couple of group chats and stuff. Like you just wax lyrical about Hot Fuzz, which is mental to think about when it's like such an English kind of film.
Aye, because that's what makes the big shootout scene at the end even better. But see, just the image of like, old grannies holding machine guns and just shooting it out with police is brilliant, man.
Riding their bike, just dual wielding, like.
He's superb, man.
Was she not at the primary school, like head teacher or something?
Aye.
I don't feel like our boy Simon Pegg is getting enough love in this episode.
Oh,
So
metaphor. Look at that. Where'd you get that, mate? Who sent that to you? Oh,
Colin, what's under your fingers there?
nothing. Glass.
Oh,
I would like to
Slater
point
was thrown
out,
off stage by Liam Gallagher to me at a concert. Swear to God.
oh,
how great does Peg play the? How great is it seeing him going from the real serious law-abiding cop to when he starts going out for pints and watching the movies? Because like it happens the opposite way around in The World's End, because Nick Frost is the really serious one, and then he has some drinks and then transitions. So it was quite nice seeing the different versions of his acting range.
So the moral of the story is, if you're too serious, have a few drinks and lighten up.
That'll be us on Saturday, Paul.
Mate, you have no idea what's coming.
I
I always
don't-
tell that guy that's never
I'm
gets
getting
allowed.
so
to
many
drink.
images.
I don't as well. No.
Colin, it's going to be raining and there'll be peace lilies everywhere.
Oh, nice. That's like
Everywhere.
my idea of heaven, just peace lilies and rain.
Oh, it's just
We're going
it's gotta
to,
be
we're going to
Lionel
peace lily
Joker.
garden.
I'm starting to
Jump in
feel
the
really,
puddles.
Oh,
I'm starting to feel really sad now. I need to go visit. I need to go visit my plant.
oh, no. Oh,
It helped me
I
think.
call it mini tree.
Either that, and
Hello,
I'll get.
Mum. Hello, Mum. It's Colin. Can I come in and see the plant? How about no?
Oh,
Either that, or I'll get a bonsai tree because I'm right into Cobra Kai nowadays.
Too much hard work, mate. Bonsai trees, honestly.
Oh,
I used to get with a
Paul,
lassie
can
that
you
worked in a
imagine
bonsai tree stall.
Can you imagine a
Honestly,
bonsai
too much
bonsai tree, Paul?
You probably cut off your finger or something, dafty.
oh.
No, no.
Just don't talk.
Favorite piece of foreshadowing in the movie.
Oh.
I like the farmers all have guns and the farmers' mums. That's my favourite kind of bit. Because I think it's dead funny and dead clever, like something, a wee throwaway line can lead to that. So that's my favourite.
Aye. See, that's kind of my favourite scene in the film. See the farmer and just the arsenal of weapons. So see just that, like everybody and their mums packing around here. It's just brilliant. Know what I mean? But yeah.
Have you got a license for that? That one. What do you mean, that one? Brilliant.
I
What
like
about
when they were
yours?
watching. Sorry, Paul, what did you say?
I didn't see nothing.
Okay, so I like the one where they're obviously watching Point Break, and then later in the film, he's lying on the floor, shooting his gun up in the air and going "Arr." I've got a really fun fact. So off the back of Hot Fuzz, I bought Point Break and Bad Boys 2 on DVD. I think I might have seen maybe Bad Boys 1, but as it's like an in-joke, a weird in-joke that I've never watched either of them, and I just had them sitting next to the TV for months so I could make the joke about which one do you want to watch, and I just never watched either of them. Point Break's meant to be quite good as well.
Aye,
Yes, it was a groundbreaking film for its time, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably
I've
should
not
watch
watched
it.
it in a long.
But I
The
feel like it was
remake's
really,
fucking awful, but
aye,
the
the
remake
remake
is
is so bad.
I've seen the remake. It was dug up.
oh, it's no good that.
it's
the other foreshadowing bit about Bad Boys 2 is at the end when the two of them are looking up and the helicopter goes over in slow motion. That's like one of the end scenes in Bad Boys 2, so I thought that was quite cool, man, the way they recreated that. And that was good.
yeah. Oh, I just had one. I just had something in my head. Oh, I like the one where we can get a. I quote this from Mikey usually quite a lot. My pal Michael. It's like we can get a little drunk, and then later in the film, when Merchant's getting taken out of the pub, he's like he's little and he's drunk.
Uh,
Is there somebody having trouble with a microwave there?
Aliens.
Is that Alien?
Aliens doing some. I bought a couple of wee mini apple crumbles earlier.
No,
So
is it?
that's
I was
what
like,
I
it
did.
just seemed to be typing a lot of buttons. I was like, are they putting in for like 45 minutes?
It's actually an air fryer, Paul. We're quite
Oh, an air
sophisticated
fryer.
people
Just
up
my
here.
Colin. It's been 84 years. Oh.
Just crispy enough.
I'm getting some.
All right there, lover. Got you a couple of apple crumbles here, lover. Make sure you put them in the microwave when I'm recording. There's a good girl.
All I wanted was my piece of back.
In the rain.
I was waiting for you to phone up your mum, like, Mum, just put it on the phone. Just need to talk to it.
She actually would. Do you want me to get her on?
No. This is where this podcast turns into absurdity.
And
It won't come across well in the audio.
No. We're just taking a wee break here whilst Colin phones his piece, Lily.
Do you want me to? We should do. Well, if you wanted to, we could do like World's End or Shaun of the Dead or Space, not Space, but anyway, we could do something and I could make it a special guest.
Colin, I think people are just thinking you're a wee bit of a psycho now.
At least it's entertaining, Craig and Chris.
Oh.
This is a bit weird. Usually I'm the kind of one that's a bit out there, but Colin's really taking the biscuit tonight.
These weren't even jokes. I genuinely did have a piece lately. I do miss it and I do like rain. So none of them are jokes.
I had a bond
Hashtag
actually.
in your advertisements.
I've got a deed orchid above my cupboard. Aye.
I thought you said I need orca. So that sounds fucking hoose.
From the
Free Willy lying in the back tied up like a hostage.
Aye.
That's a whale noise.
See that Blackfish documentary? There's actually me.
No.
Oh, that's dark, that.
Oh well. I don't really. We don't really. We kind of just talk usually until we both get tired. I'm not actually feeling that tired tonight. So if you get any other thoughts, on
Look at you. I've been up to 5:15. He's doing his earphones in.
But anyway.
Oh no.
Oh, he's away.
Aye. Oh.
Anyway, let's carry it. So I don't really know what to say now. But anything else you want to say about the film?
Did you ever wish that there would have been a Hot Fuzz 2?
No.
You're just happy as it being a standalone?
Yeah. Somebody said that to me the other day, like, oh, they should do a Hot Fuzz 2, and I was like, no, they shouldn't. Like, if you no. Some sequels, you get good sequels now and again, but most of them, comedy sequels are never that great, I don't think.
Well,
Some
sometimes
exceptions.
Apart from 22 Jump Street. That was fun.
the Austin Powers ones, they're smashing. I think, well, Goldmember, I think, is the best out of them. So, but that's just me. But now I would have kind of liked to have seen it that maybe Danny became a bit more like a policeman sort of thing. Know what I mean?
A policeman officer.
Aye, a policeman officer. Know what I mean? I think there might have been a wee bit more to explore, see, with some characters. But
Look, I don't know. I just feel like it was so good that I think going back would ruin it.
aye.
I do hope. Do you think Peg and Frost will do? Well, they're still relatively young for human beings, but do you think they'll ever come back and do something like this again?
I don't know. I think Peg is just he's hot property at the moment because he's got Mission Impossible coming out just now. And
Doubler.
He also voices the headmaster in the new Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah. So that's it. And I don't know if there's any more plans for other Star Trek movies, but
surely they'll do some, at least one more film, I think. But maybe not.
That's what I mean. I don't know, because like even somebody gets famous enough, see what made like these films work, doesn't work once they're massive. If you know what I mean? Yeah.
They're still very close, I think. Like they actually came up in my Facebook timeline the other day. They did a wee skit during the pandemic about like toilet paper and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and they were like quoting like Shaun of the Dead in it and things like that. It was quite funny. Paul, you back?
Back. What did I miss?
I don't know.
Not.
We'll just count time you get back here.
As long as he wasn't talking about Japanese pizza lollies, that's fine.
We'll probably start wrapping up though. It's been good fun, Paul. I'll just throw you right into it. How many seismic stars would you give this out of 10?
10.
I vote 10.
Oh,
Well, I'll not be backed into a corner, lads. I'll give it a solid 8.
8.
Aye. Even
that's
though
where I
it
was
is-
going on that.
aye, it's my favourite of the trilogy, right? But I don't know. There's just something missing. I don't know what it is, but
It's a hot take.
aye.
Aye,
Coming
8
at
as well,
life
mate.
from a different aspect.
See, you were talking about there a possibility of follow-up.
Mhm.
Obviously, all the main protagonists in the village have all been dealt with, so it would take a humongous effort to have something happen in the village again. So I think he should take Nick Frost back to London as his
Back to
partner.
London.
He could do something there, you know what I mean?
Aye. See?
That'd be quite interesting.
Aye. And then you
Imagine
can
him
have
walking about.
like, it's Bill Nye, maybe have him as a dirty copper. Because I've got a lot of time for Big Bill.
Stick Danny in SO19 with a gun running around.
Tell you, it's just
What's that? It could be it could be a pure tourist, you know what I mean? Oh, he likes it here in the big city. Oh, you know what I mean? Just out his depth and all that. It could be quite funny. But you're saying there, Chris, about Peg being his dance card's full in it for the next 10 years, I think. And he's obviously he's doing some Star Wars stuff in the background as well. He's helping out Disney with some Star Wars scripts. He's a huge Star Wars fan, as you probably know, Colin, him being your friend and that, you know. And he wants to get in on the animated. He wants to star in one of the films and all that as well. So
Yeah,
he's
I
a
can't
good
remember
old boy.
what show. What show was it he was involved in the writing of? I'm sure I did hear that somewhere.
I'd be lying if I guess.
Oh,
I really don't know, but I know he has.
He helped. He was one of the writers in the Star Trek movies. That's how it was.
Aye, that as well. But he's Star Wars daft, man. He's a big Star Wars fan.
well,
He
he was technically in The Force Awakens, wasn't he?
Kirklet.
Aye. So
He does. Do you remember that scene in Space? Now, have any of you seen Space? Craig, have you seen Space? You know the scene where the kid goes in to buy the Jar Jar doll, and he's like, "You went there at the beginning. You don't know how good it was. Jar Jar was rubbish."
It's true a rewatch, man. I lived Space. I was doing that shit when Space was on. It was brilliant, man. One of the best bits when they're all sitting, they're all mad about it after a party, they've all took Eki and all that, and then the phone starts ringing, and then the guy makes a dance tune at the phone and all that. It's just mental, man.
Michael
Superb.
Smiley. Paul, you need to watch Space. It's all for the greater good.
I'll say aye, but I probably won't.
It's so good. Craig, back me up. Space must watch. you Lando. Anyway. Right. Paul, will we give some shout outs to the people that responded on Twitter before we pack up?
Sure thing. You did it.
I can't remember where they all came from, so do you want to do it this time?
Oh, that was a good switch.
The old
2 seconds.
switcheroo.
I did it last
Right.
time.
Okay, so we've got Liam, I'm presuming, from the Wait What podcast. He says, Hot Fuzz is 100% the best film of the Cornetto trilogy. No joke fails to land, and the cast is a who's who of British acting. The greater good. Right, let's see what else we got here.
Paul, do you not think it's ironic that I put it on last night and I got less responses than when I normally post it 10 minutes before we start?
Yes. Truly ironic. Let's see. We've got the SP film viewers. We've got one of the best British comedies ever, the fence scene always gets the biggest laugh from me, which I think was a general consensus between all of us. Strachan has just put one of the best comedy movies ever made, and Tabs from the Grey's Taproom podcast just put a gif of Doris saying "murder."
What do you think was murder? No.
So that was all the Twitter responses, all positive.
Thank you for that, Paul. So it's time. We've done the sandwich approach. We've done you get the bread, the filling, the bread again. I think I messed it up anyway. Basically, what is it? You tell people. No, you tell people what you'll tell them. You tell them, and then you tell them what you told them. So basically, you just want to plug your podcast again.
Or, Chris, you want to take a wee shot this time?
I will. I'll take that Inception fucking line up there. What it is we're a podcast within a podcast inside of a podcast. Well, what's the script? We delve right into our favourite movies. Some good, some bad. Have a laugh along with it. There's a bit of choice language, shall we say, but that just makes a funny listening. I take it, but as you'll probably hear through this, there is a bit of choice language. So, but it's all in good humour, and I would just have a laugh with it.
I'll definitely advise you to put a disclaimer before you release. That's what I mean. As we do.
Fine. As long as I keep myself right. Paul, you doing the plugs as well?
I don't have that to hand. You can do it.
Okay, so we are Seismic Cinema. We forgot to plug ourselves at the start, like we do every week. So what's our new tagline, Paul? It's Colin hasn't seen it, and Paul probably watched it in the wrong order. And yeah, we talk about movies, TV shows, sometimes interview people, sometimes people that are quite important come on, and we don't know why. Like next week, we're having Jeff Menapace, the horror writer, coming on to talk about his books. And you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and also the likes of YouTube, Spotify for podcasters, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and my Apple Crumble has just arrived.
Hey.
Right on cue.
All these wee faces, all happy.
Right. And
Just need a wee bit of red now.
I'll be FaceTiming my mum after for the Peace Lily. So, we've talked about next time. The only thing left is to thank Craig and Chris for giving up their Thursday evening to come on and talk Hot Fuzz. And Paul, or we're going to ask Craig and Chris, if they know what our tagline is.
Escapism.
No, you've ruined it. You're not supposed to.
I'm about to say one of your taglines for a podcast about 5 or 6 podcasts ago, and Paul says a seismic scalp in the face with a shovel. You should stick to that one.
Paul, have you got one for this week? Even though they got it right, have you got one?
A seismic scalp in the face with a wet floor sign.
Well done.
That's a good way as any to end it. So yeah, thank you for listening. Thanks for coming on, guys. Paul, thanks for being you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us, lads.
Yes,
thank you for allowing me to get my feelings out about plants and rain and apple comfort.
he's got to listen to Dido now.
Right. That's it.
Goodbye.
See you, bye.
See you, bye.